here we are for Double Talk, right here on Channel 98.
We are here.
Steffen.
I'm Michael Mandel. Good to see you. You know, TV doesn't work that way, but it's good to have you see us.
So, Michael, we
good.
do have a way where we
can
actually
see people.
Who's watching. And please put some pants on.
That's right. Why? Oh, anyway.
We're here at the same time every week, Saturday mornings at 11 o'clock.
We're always here exactly the same time. That's why we wear watches.
And then we get rerun Wednesday nights, I think, at 6.
And maybe Sunday. We don't know. Tuesday.
Know.
We're all over the
place.
place.
We're always here on Saturday.
We're assuming you're going to be listening and watching us at approximately 11 o'clock or so Saturday morning. Channel.
Now it's summer. It's almost summertime. Not really, but it's...
People think it's summer. This is they say Memorial Day is the beginning of summer.
Of the summer.
We know that it's the solstice that turns it into summer.
It's not really enough. School is out, and that's what really counts. No more school zones to drive through. Which is
there's
nice.
Still school zones.
Now, you always go someplace in the summer, don't you, Mike? You take a vacation somewhere, you go to...
I go someplace like
Saturn
Cape Cod or someplace.
Where are you going this time?
Cape Cod.
Really? When?
Yeah, I can't tell you.
Well, I need to get a replacement for you, so let me know as soon as you can.
Yes, well, you tell me when you're able to shoot our next, whiskey tasting, and then I will tell you when I'm going
anytime.
to Cape Cod. Next week we're going to try to have a whiskey tasting. By the way, with we've done pretty much everything here: gin, vodka, Irish whiskey, Scotch, Amaro.
I thought we were going to do rum.
Yeah, we're going to do. Well, I'm calling it all the stuff that's in my cabinet that I haven't tasted yet. So, which is a lot of stuff. So that should be good.
Well, let's talk about wine. Since last weekend it was a big wine festival.
Yes, and I made it there to the what is it? The Southern New Mexico Fairgrounds on Monday, which was Veterans Memorial. It was Memorial Day specifically, but the military was given all sorts of discounts to go. It was nicely crowded. It's kind of amazing the evolution of this wine festival. It's gotten bigger and bigger and bigger, and now you'll see a number of places. And this is a very quick video we have. A number of places have more than one outpost where you can get wine. Like Amaro has at least 2 different places to go. Blue Teal, which is now called something like Death Mask. I can't remember.
Well, how many different vendors were there selling wine?
There were, I don't know exactly. But there was a great crowds there. The crowds were, over 21, but fairly young. It wasn't just a bunch of old coots like me.
I've worked those wine festivals, actually.
I met a number of people that I know that were working, they were working.
I was working for the wineries there.
So also we got a little bit of guitar slim. You can't say guitar slim.
Well, let's roll that in and talk
Let's see the video and see what happens there, because it was kind of fun. We came in, the horse-drawn things. It's going to come in at some point.
But now they hold this every year.
That's the Amaro winery. For some reason, it doesn't clip. That's Amaro. The other was, I can't remember. The camera work is done by some itinerant guy.
Yes, and
Rio Grande Vineyards is there.
Now they also have a wine festival in Labor Day weekend.
Yeah, I'd go to that too because it's good. This shows you pretty much, the crowds, but there is some space here. There's Guitar Slim. He plays a mean guitar.
I think
he's pretty cool.
It looks like this footage was shot in glaucoma scope.
Well, I'm getting glaucoma, so I might as well have everybody see the world like I see it. He's a fun guy. He's around Las Cruces all the time. After this, he had a country guy come and do violin. He gets into it.
He doesn't look that slim.
Well, he's a little older now. I think his guitar neck is slim. But there's music all day long. People are dancing. There's a special section here where the D.H. Lescombs has a special little place you can go to for an extra $10. There it is.
Extra $10. What do you get for that?
Man, it was really good. You get like the best wines, and they pair it up with little tastes of food.
Oh.
It's definitely worth the $10.
Okay.
There was Vinos de Muertos. That's where Blue Teal is being sold.
I see.
Or being distributed. Anyway, there's a lot of wine. There's things for everybody. There's a lot of kids there. Some of the kids were well behaved.
Was there any place to get some water?
Yeah, you could buy water.
Could you? Good.
Yeah, but you could get tastes of wine. And there's the horse little wagon that drives people around, and that's how you leave the place. You get out of there. But the wine thing is great. There was a lot of really good wines.
Did you buy any?
Why buy when
Bottles
you could
of
just drink
wine?
it? No, because
Take home?
why take them home?
That's the whole
We
reason
buy
for
them
it.
all over the place. No, the whole reason is to find out that our community is a fairly good wine producing community right now. We were
Yes.
doing, since it was a really hot day, we did white wines.
Okay, and then you
And-
buy the
and
wine
the
and you take
brutes.
it home to support the local wineries.
Oh, don't worry, we support the local wineries.
Oh, really? From
yes.
Chile?
Yeah,
How does that support
especially
the local wineries?
Chile and New Zealand.
And Australia?
Because, New Zealand.
Okay.
Yeah, those are good ones. Where do you buy your wine? You don't buy local wines.
I do when I
You do?
can, but usually it's more expensive than the other wines.
Exactly. For the same quality.
Less quality sometimes.
Yeah, for the same quality, you get good imports.
That's true. So
if-
come on, New Mexico wine, step up.
If you go to St. Clair, the bistro, they actually have some really good tastings and some good flights that you can go to. But don't rush there because, it could be, you could be caught in the red light thing.
Well, you wouldn't want to be. Well, of course, the red light camera can't tell if you've been drinking.
No, but they could.
People should feel lucky if that's the case. They just get a picture sent to them saying you owe us $100 for this ticket. If a police officer had pulled you over for that red light,
He
for
would
that
have
speeding,
known.
and smell the wine on your breath, then you'd really be in trouble.
See, the whole argument you have is that you want somebody actually on the spot to be there to pull you over.
It's called due process.
It's you make your process up as you go along. I mean,
Well,
the
I wanna
fact
do
that a cop pulls you over, that adds a lot of danger to it because the cop has to speed after you.
That's
He
his
has-
job.
He has to pull you over. Here, they know that you did something wrong. They verify
assuming
it.
you did.
They verify it with a visual record.
Where's the proof I was speeding?
Oh, you mean like when we went to court
Like
to
going
get
through
you
the
up?
intersection, where's the proof? They say I was. How do I know?
They have mechanical cameras. Where's the proof you're speeding with the cops? You have radar. They have radar
They
there.
can show you on the radar.
They have radar. They can show you on the radar when they photo enforce it as well. As well you were, as well so is my daughter, so is I.
And so you too.
Well,
yes.
although I never sped through them, but I
You
have
ran a red
taken
light?
I've taken California right turns.
I see, and they caught you, huh?
I guess so.
You guess?
I guess they caught me. I wasn't going to argue. I mean, it's easy enough. Our government would be nothing without us contributing voluntarily through taxes and violations.
And violence. Well, some guy thought that he didn't get due process. He sued the city's process and won.
He questioned it, and that was with Manny Arrieta, and it was based on certain. Manny Arrieta's. He's a pretty fair judge, I think. He's a nice guy.
And he ruled in favor of the individual.
Yes.
And now the city is appealing it. The appeal has been accepted, and the city's now spending I don't know how many thousands of dollars, which is the money that they had been taking in.
Well, it's all their own lawyers, so they're just extra work. They're
Pete
getting their
Connolly's
own
not
lawyers.
handling all this.
No, but he's got a staff there, and you could hire somebody. It's not going to cost that much. They have to win their appeal, otherwise they toss the cameras out.
Like Albuquerque
They have
did.
to toss the cameras out.
Well, Albuquerque
El
got rid of
Paso
them.
is now getting new ones, and I've heard around the country, various cities are starting to bring them in.
Yes,
so
and others are getting rid of them.
people are getting rid of
So
them.
we should
some
be
are
a
getting
test
in.
case. For
We are a
those other
test case,
places.
and that's why it's going to appeal.
Yes.
Manny Arrieta's.
Marietta.
It's a fun name to say.
It's like
Manny Arrieta.
Okay, so we'll see what happens, and we'll be sure and report back here on Double Talk.
Yeah, if you don't see it in your local newspaper.
Now, speaking of traffic and lawsuits,
What?
Highway 70 now has the barrier
They do.
between east and west lanes erected to prevent cars from losing control and crossing into the other lanes head on.
Well, that's possible.
And that's
It's
what it's
possible
meant to do.
To keep
I don't know if
to
it can
bounce
stop.
them back.
It can stop a big truck from going through there, but it
Whoa.
could at least slow them
What's
down.
that a picture of?
Well, there's a car that with the cable going through it.
The wire cable.
It went
One
right
of the
through it.
things that could happen is if you don't go if you're bouncing off the cable, You could go back into the lane that you're in and hit somebody.
And kill somebody on your own side.
Yes. Without the cable,
So
of
learn
course,
to
you can
drive.
hit somebody head on, which is what happened in Las Cruces.
You're right.
And the Department of Transportation is now being sued because we didn't have those there.
Yeah, so the husband and father of the wife and son who were killed is suing the
There's only one guy.
Department of Transportation for not having the cable barrier. Well, there had never been a cable barrier since the highway was built. Now that we have the cable barrier, they're being sued for not having had it.
Which is kind of an interesting bind, because by putting it in, you are kind of admitting that you needed it there. But it's not necessarily admitting it, it's just increasing safety. You know, they constantly do things to increase safety. One of those things might be adding red light cameras. That could increase safety.
It used to be a 2-lane highway, and it's now a 4-lane highway.
Oh, it's a 2-lane highway. Wasn't it pretty dangerous then?
Well, no.
Because that's a main street for people to get drunk and go home on.
Yes, but there weren't as many people driving that street back then.
So then they should sue all the people who are driving.
Well, if you drive on further up, it turns into a 2-lane highway all the way to Alamogordo.
Yeah. But there's less people because there's so many people that moved into that section of town.
Yes.
The traffic is much greater up until, well, not Oregon, because nobody goes that far.
Nobody goes there anymore.
No, unless you're going to White Sands.
Well, actually, they did change the 2-lane to a 4-lane all the way to Alamogordo.
It is 4 lanes.
But it was 2 lanes for many, many years.
In the Tularosa Basin, what's the speed limit there? Is it 75 now?
Yeah,
Is it really
75.
fast? It's really fast.
75.
You want to get that part of your trip over with because there's really nothing going on. Or maybe you can see an oryx on your way.
I've seen them.
I've seen one in the
But
whole time.
before that highway was paved, it was a dirt road. So once they pave it, and there's a
This is when you were a kid, right?
Could somebody say, "Oh, well,
Going
I
too
should
fast.
sue you because you."
It's going too fast.
You just paved it, and now I went too fast.
I was just saying the improvement. Therefore, when you improve something, you can be responsible because you're admitting that it wasn't good prior to that.
Exactly.
Well, you're not going to go that fast on a dirt road, that's for sure. And
well, I've gone pretty fast on a dirt road.
It's obviously the person's fault who breaks through the barrier. It's their fault.
Yeah, they're responsible.
I would think.
And for when you're texting, when you should be paying attention to driving, and you lose control because
by making improvement, therefore, are you admitting that everything you've done prior to that was bad? It's like when you see somebody and you say to them, you've lost a ton of weight. That's implying that they're fat. They were fat before.
Well, they were.
Yeah, probably.
And so.
But you haven't said it until then.
Again, the results of this lawsuit will be reported dutifully by us.
Dutifully. That's good. We're dutiful.
Speaking of law,
yeah, this is the law section of this show. Those of you who tuned in specifically to see our legal expertise come out.
We're not lawyers, but we play one on TV, and one of us is married to a lawyer.
Yes.
The trial of Gino Ferri finally concluded this week.
Ferri?
Ferri. And he was found guilty on all counts.
What do you think?
He will now spend
do you agree?
I mean, life in prison.
we as citizens, we read the papers, we look at facts. We are not, we're always so anxious to judge, right? Based on, we didn't sit in the trial. There's so many little facts, but everything that came out in the newspaper, hate to say it. I don't hate to say it. I think he was guilty.
I'll say it in Italian.
Hey.
Gino Ferri assassino.
I guess so.
Yeah, so anyway, he got 90 years in prison, and where he will spend the rest of his life.
Well, he can appeal after 90 years to get out.
No, he can't get parole until then.
Until 90 years, yeah.
Minimum.
Yeah, well, but he's got a lot of time to make his case.
He does. So, good riddance, Ferri. That's what I have to say.
And what are you saying about Ferri when he's in the prison? Were you saying that he's going to...
He'll be known
as
that more than just his name.
The Ferri?
And it won't be nefarious.
He's a big guy. He's going to be a tough guy to deal with a prison.
And as you know, he was found guilty of murdering 3 people. It's the first triple murder in Las Cruces since the bowling alley massacre of the 80s.
Which was a quadruple murder. It's the biggest murder since... This was a fairly easy one to... They had a lot of evidence from different places.
He was careless.
His mother is shown in the paper as being really upset that he was guilty after she provided him with a
phony alibi.
alibi.
Yes.
Really. If you can't trust your own mother,
So
who do you got to lean
doesn't that
on?
mean now she's guilty of
Plagiarism.
no, not plagiarism.
Polygamy.
No, it starts with a P, but lying under oath.
Yes, perjury.
Perjury. Thank you.
I like polygamy.
You can tell which one of us
Speaking
is
of
not the
me.
lawyer.
Anyway, it was an exciting thing. The three people who got killed were two of them at least were well known to the community and were loved. They were in the hiking community here, and one taught, or maybe both of them taught. I hope that scary music is actually in our soundtrack.
Yeah, I'm sure it is.
Because one guy was actually shot in the shower.
While in the shower.
He was dragged into the shower and shot, like this.
Psycho style.
Yes. So that was exciting.
So, yes. Now,
it'll be a movie.
He's going to go to prison, which some people might refer to as Hotel Hell, because that's where he'll be living the rest of his life.
Yes. But it's actually a TV show, Hotel Hell.
That's true.
As we all know.
Hosted by Gordon Ramsay, who hosts several shows on TV, chef shows like...
I don't know. But there's also shows where guys go in and fix the restaurant.
Nightmare restaurants.
Yeah. Here he fixes hotels. Are there any hotels in Las Cruces that needs fixing?
I would say most of them. Well, they don't all have restaurants, but one in particular does, and that's Maison de Mesilla.
Which used to be, when I first got to town, it was a pretty cool place. Everybody thought it was nice.
One of the nicer places
Mark
in
Medoff
town.
put up people there when they're shooting movies. The restaurant was very good.
Well, a lot of work has been done remodeling the place, getting a new menu
redoing the menu.
It's a nice place. The food's good, but she's not getting the business.
They're not getting any traction, and
they don't advertise very well.
I go to a lot of restaurants, and there's ones I like.
What's the matter with this one, Michael?
I think that they're inconsistent.
Well,
I haven't been there for a while.
In this town.
Well, no, there's some very consistent ones. Many of them are the chain hotels, or the chain restaurants, which you refuse to go to. Some of them have been really good. St. Clair has been really good. De La Vega is, let's say, usually good.
How about Savoy?
Savoy, in fact, I was there this weekend. They were okay. The thing I had was not so great, but everybody else at the table liked their stuff. So that was good.
Okay. Well, anyway, Motel Hell is going to be here in Las Cruces in June this month, shooting an episode at Maison de Mesilla. And hopefully Gordon Ramsay can tell her what they're doing right, what they're doing wrong, and how to fix it.
And hopefully it's good. I think that hotel, when you walk in, it's got a funny smell.
And also, if you want to make reservations to be eating there while they are shooting the episode, you can do that.
Yes.
Call Maison de Mesilla. They're in the phone book, and make the reservations. They're going to be there in the middle of June.
They haven't announced when they're going to be there, but
they have. It's in the paper. It was in Friday's paper, Thursday's paper. It's in there. We can look.
No, I think it said there.
In fact, we'll look it up during the break, and we'll give you the dates that they'll be shooting Hotel Hell.
Do we get a break
at Maison? We're going to have a break coming up soon. I don't know when.
Oh, probably now. I think we should take a break right now.
Let's take it now, and we'll be right back with that information on Hotel Hell.
Okay, we'll go look for it. Okay. We will get everything you need. And right now.
Welcome to La Buena Vida Women's Club, located away from the crowds but close to home. Come in throughout the day for Jazzercise, the world's dance fitness leader for nearly 40 years. Treat yourself to a relaxing massage, or unwind in the lounge area or outside on the balcony with friends. La Buena Vida Women's Club, located and designed with women in mind. For information, call Diane at 650-9721.
Hey, you, come here. Do you want to know the news? The Las Cruces channel is now on 7 days a week, so keep it right here.
Fiesta Motors. Come and see us today and discover why our service is second to none. In business for over 17 years, we have the right car for you. When you buy a vehicle from Fiesta Motors, we do everything possible to ensure your satisfaction. Located at the corner of El Paseo and Main. See you there. Celebrate Fiesta Motors.
Motors, where buying a car is always a celebration.
And we're back here on Double Talk.
Having done our research,
We have found, we're talking about Hotel Hell. The TV show will be filming here at Maison de Messia June 17th through the 21st. So if you want to be eating in the restaurant or book a room while the show is there, you might see yourself on television. You might even be on camera. So call.
and more people will see us. We'll see. We should go there and do our show on that. Yeah,
In fact, let's do that.
we'll do that.
We may do that. So call Maison de Messia, book a room, make reservations for dinner June 17th through the 21st, and you'll see Gordon Ramsay.
Yes. And meanwhile, we still have restaurants and stuff in town we love to talk about. Sheba Grill, we've been anxiously awaiting their opening, and they've been doing a soft opening.
Yes.
And so we went there, and it's still kind of soft. They're still getting it together. The guy who owns it also owns the Aden World Market next to International Delights.
Yes.
And he's catering a lot to the Arab community. There's like a sizable Arab community in town, and apparently they are very happy with the offerings there. A lot of which is falafel and hummus.
I was excited because I thought it was going to have
be more Indian food. They are going to get Indian food. In fact, this past week, a chef came in to interview from I think as far away as Georgia, the state, not the country.
Okay.
And
It sounded
I
like
don't
a
want
good
to
job.
say. I want to say we had some problems there, but
You didn't care for the food, did you?
I didn't mind the falafel. The hummus was a little thin. They give you a lot of rice for no reason. Apparently,
fills out the plate, doesn't
that
it?
is the way that they
cheapest
like
thing.
it. When I was there to talk to the guy, they came out with a big platter, mostly rice with a bunch of, I think, lamb shanks or something. And that looked pretty good. But I think until they get it established, their menu is still small. They don't have the Indian food. They're pretty much just have Mediterranean.
No beer, no wine, correct?
And then going to happen.
No?
I don't think, because if
They're
you're
not gonna be open
really
long enough
true
to get their
Islam
license, are
Arab, he said he's making money. He said he's making a profit. So they are likely to stay open maybe until they get a new chef.
I give them 18 months.
Starting now or starting a month ago?
No restaurant in that facility lasts more than 18 months to 2 years.
Well, we'll see.
They're about the third or fourth restaurant to go in there.
Yes, it is. One of the lemongrass is going out of business.
Yes,
right?
yes. I don't know if that's good or bad. I guess it's bad because, it's,
Thai
how
restaurants.
many Thai restaurants are there in town? A Taste of Thai
Was that
in Mesilla. There's one there.
And the one in Oregon.
And one up in Oregon.
Up in Oregon. And maybe Faux Saigon pushed them out of business because more people are going to Faux Saigon.
Yeah, I had lunch there the other day.
Faux Saigon. I like Faux Saigon.
Yeah. And
lemongrass always was...
it's a bit overpriced, I felt.
yeah.
But they're paying high rents where they are.
Yeah.
Anyway, she's retiring for the time being. She's going back to Thailand to be with her 100-year-old mother.
Yeah.
And then
Maybe
she
she'll
may
be
come
back.
back. She said she may come back, do something else.
Those of you who have entrepreneurial desires, there's going to be a restaurant available.
Yeah, so to open a nice restaurant,
That would be great.
that's the place to do it.
Maybe an Indian restaurant. Maybe something exotic like...
Well, if you want to eat there before they close,
Ethiopian.
they're on South El Paseo near the Glen Cutter Jewelers. Well, not jewelers anymore, but Glen Cutter Gallery.
Yes, gallery and jewelry.
Yes.
Yes, they have that.
And gifts.
And stuff like that.
So, well, maybe we'll get there before they close.
Maybe we'll try to do that. I plan on going to M5 again because I love M5. I just like the concept that they didn't start from a foodie concept. They started from a drinking concept. And that's a good concept to start with. Even their appetizers were great. They have sliders. The hamburger sliders are something that you could really look forward to. A lot of other stuff.
They have a lot of
cheese
other
plate.
stuff. They had shrimp items, I believe, and other things. But that's all they had, food-wise.
But
Until
now,
now. They now serve dinner.
which is really good. We haven't tried that yet.
We understand
but
it's
if
good.
their food is good, it's really good.
Well, it's a shame to see that big kitchen going to waste, but with just hors d'oeuvres and appetizers.
Yeah, I think they just want to get up to speed.
Well, they are in a hotel, so you kind of feel
Makes
sorry
sense.
for the people staying in the hotel who can't even get breakfast.
You have to
Or
walk
lunch.
across to Applebee's
Or go to Cracker Barrel.
or go to the snack bar in Walmart.
Well,
You can have
Santa Fe-
popcorn and soda.
Yeah, Santa Fe Grill and Pickwick next door.
and stuff like that.
But so I hope that the M5 expands their meal scenario. The problem with them is they don't open until 4 o'clock in the afternoon. So
that's about when I'm up.
But they do have $2 draft beers on Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday from 4 to 7.
We got rid of the draft.
No.
Oh, draft beers?
Draft beer.
I don't care about
draft beer, not students.
I prefer cake.
Now let them eat cake. Little cupcake shop is open inside the flower shop at Arroyo Plaza.
You know, between the two of us, we'll be able to speak.
To enunciate.
Yes.
Yes. And so that's a place you can get cupcakes.
We talked about Let 'em Eat Cake a while ago, but we never knew where it was. Now we know where it is.
And we're going to talk about tonic waters.
Oh, because we're going to speed through this, right?
We're going to have to start speeding through because we only have about 3.5 minutes
Gin and tonic
left.
is a great summer drink.
It's true. I've always had a problem with the tonics. I found them too sweet. And they're sweetened with high fructose corn syrup, which
which you disdain.
Yes.
Well, there are at least two. I think both of them you can buy at Toucan. One is called Fever Tree, and does that say Fever Tree?
No, I don't think so.
And there's one named Q. I think Q might be made with agave syrup.
Well, there's plenty of varieties now besides the old standbys that we don't like.
The New York Times just had an article rating them. Actually, Schweppes came out, and this is just personal opinion, not mine, somebody at the New York Times. Schweppes came out on top.
Despite the high fructose corn syrup.
That's it, yes.
Yes.
And the other ones, a Fever Tree Diet one came out, or light. And Canada Dry came out, I think not so great.
Well, it's,
but there's
Canada.
Alternatives. And you want to do a good gin, you want to do a good, I don't even know what that is.
And you want
there's
fresh
Q.
limes.
There's
Okay,
Q.
there it is.
Fresh limes. There's also Rangpur gin made by Tanqueray, which already has lime flavor. You got it made. You get a good tonic. You get Rangpur gin. It's
Ranjapur. Ranjapur.
Oh, that's right. You were in India, so you know how to spell that.
Now, before we go, we need to mention the local theater going on this weekend. There's 2 big plays opening.
2 big ones.
This weekend, we've got The Best Little Whorehouse in Texas at the Las Cruces Community
Is
Theater.
that the one you're going to be in?
No, I'm not.
Oh, I didn't
am
recognize
in the
the
Terra Nova, which is at the Black Box Theater, opening this weekend, opened last night, and it runs for 3 weekends.
And who's that by?
Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. It's by Ted Telley.
And what else did he do?
Well, after playwriting, he wanted to become a screenwriter, and he wrote a little movie called The Silence of the Lambs, among other things.
Well, this one in Obie, right? This one
an Obie Award, is nominated for a Tony.
And that's at the Black Box Theater?
At the Black Box Theater, downtown. Call and make reservations. They're in the phone book.
What time does that start?
Starts at 8 o'clock.
And tomorrow?
And Sunday matinees.
No, you're not doing a matinee this first week. But the next 2 weeks you're doing matinees.
2:30.
Yes, and Eric Young is going to be in this one, and then William Zimmerman is going to be in
replacing him the last 2 weeks.
Last week.
Unless it's held over. Now, also, Project Emotion is here. They did a Shakespeare production I was in the spring with them. They have a big...
and I think, yes.
They're going on. They have classes and things going on down there. As well as tonight, there's a big 80s party down
at Gin Studios.
403 North Conference Road from 8 to 12 tonight.
We better get out so we can go to see him.
Let's do that.
We're going to take off.
Thanks for joining us right here on Double Talk. We'll be back next week.
Yes.